I want to welcome the GMs and the wives, the godly men and the warm, inviting, feminine, empathetic women out there. Now, in today's video topic, I want to talk about whether or not can a Jezebel redeem herself? Can the Jezebel to the bezel, can she redeem herself if she so chooses? And the answer is yes, of course. Everybody in the eyes of God can be redeemed if they so choose and if they so choose to repent. And this is more for people that are possessed by the Jezebel spirit, right? And this video was inspired by a comment left on one of my recent videos where a person asked me to watch a video on Jackie Stout Van Teen. I hope that I'm pronouncing that right. Her video on her deliverance from the Jezebel spirit with her husband. And so shout out to them. And I'll link a video. I'll link the video in the description box below for you. Anybody that wants to watch it can watch it as well. And it struck me as something that was genuine, to be honest with you guys. And she was very forthright about her past, and she was very transparent, and she was very open and honest about where she came from and what happened to her. And in many ways, I understand where she came from. She mentioned that when she was 17 or 18 years old, she just would seduce men and literally want to make the guy that she was dating at the time cry, and she liked it. And she actually asked a Christian therapist about this. Why do I like seeing men cry? And it was because, well, as she mentioned in the video, that she was molested when she was younger, and she was raped by people when she was younger as well. So obviously that's going to play a factor into how you perceive men as a whole. And so that is definitely something that I commend her for actually just speaking the truth and being honest, because me in my life, I was molested when I was younger as well. I was never raped by anyone, but I was molested, and it haunted me for quite a long time. And the person that I was molested by was not a female. Okay. So I had this weird association with males that I didn't really understand. I didn't understand why things were the way that they were. And I didn't understand that even men can possess the Jezebel spirit or the Ahab spirit. The Ahab spirit is basically the beta male version of just putting up with the Jezebel spirit. The Ahab is going to be the one that just goes along with Jezebel just so that he can be intimate with her. That's pretty much all it is. It's very surface level. It's very basic. But what I liked, what she had to say, was that she was very transparent with her husband prior to meeting or prior to meeting him, and actually building a relationship with him. She was very transparent. That off the bat, to me, signals that this is a woman that has actually put work in herself. Because men out there, you have to understand that if a woman is not transparent with you, she is likely probably someone that you do not want to associate yourself with. If she's not transparent, she's probably not going to be a good long-term relationship partner. And this Jackie Stout, she recommended all of the men to not pay for excessive amounts of money on women, just because some of these women just like to feel like they're getting the validation from the men, and they like the sexual validation from men, even though they actually hate men. And she even mentioned her here that she remembered being in a gym, and she was like overlooking the gym on a stair stepping machine, and she looked out at all of the men, and she just thought to herself, I hate those men. I hate men. And so the Jezebel spirit, yes, it's a very conniving, manipulative, just overall deceptive con artist like spirit that has possessed, unfortunately, a lot of modern women nowadays. And so many men are falling into the trap of just wanting to be in a relationship and wanting to make something work so bad that they end up getting taken advantage of. And so now you have women giving themselves huge benefits of the doubt to where they don't even understand what they bring to the table. They just think that they themselves are going to be enough. And this is something that Jackie also mentioned. She said, for a godly man not to judge a woman's past. I don't think that, I don't like that personally. And this is where we might disagree. Is I think it's right for a man to judge a woman by her past. I'm not saying that you should call her a whore or anything like that. I'm not saying that you should just be a straight up a-hole, but I will say that if I ever found out, and I don't think Jackie did this kind of stuff, but if I ever found out that my wife, who I was planning to mother my child with, ended up doing like prostitution or OnlyFans years before she met me, I wouldn't even have continued the relationship. Okay? I wouldn't have even continued. And especially if we got married and then I found out, instant divorce. Instant divorce. Now, if she was transparent like Jackie, like this Jackie lady here, she was very transparent with her husband, and her husband understood. And I don't know enough about these people to make a proper judgment, but her and her husband were in on this video, and they seemed like they were genuine in what they were saying. They seemed like they like they have a genuine understanding of faith, and they do have a relationship with the Most High God. Based off of just that one video that I've seen with them, okay? Like, so it's not, take it with a grain of salt here. So I understand that women, a lot of the times, especially with the Jezebel spirit, they think that they're all special. And what I really liked what Jackie had to say was that she understood that if she wasn't transparent in many ways, like with her husband, and she also said this that I really liked, she doesn't even look at other men when she's out. And so to me, if that's true, like if that's true, and she's already had a past like she has, well, and it wasn't just the molestation and the raped stuff that she went through, right? She had multiple sex partners, okay? And the data does show, statistically speaking, that women's happiness in the marriage will go down over time with the more sexual partners that she has. Same with the men, but women more drastically. And of course, that's a statistic. It's not including all of the women. So maybe Jackie, this lady Jackie here, maybe she was someone that actually decided, look, I need to develop a relationship with God. And that's what it sounded like what happened. Unfortunately, though, almost all of the Jezebel spirit possessed people out there are not going to change. This Jackie here is someone that probably has a significant purpose for God, and her husband as well has a significant purpose for God. And that is one of the reasons why she was being able to be delivered from the spirit, was so that she can give her perspective for everybody else to see and to help a lot of the men out there, because that's one thing that she mentioned in the video as well. She wanted to help the men see through this kind of stuff. So I commend her for that. I respect them for that, because her husband, again, was in on that video. So, yes, I think a Jezebel can be redeemed. A Jezebel can be saved, because if the authentic self realizes that it is being possessed by a demonic spirit like the Jezebel, and the realization occurs and they work to change their thought algorithms, of course they're going to be able to repent. Now, for me personally, I can understand if she was molested or raped or something. That's a horrible thing, and I wouldn't want that for the mother of my children in any way, shape, or form. And I do understand that a lot of the men out here have the saying, like, no hymen, no diamond, or whatever. And I get where they're coming from. I get it. But you have to understand that we live in a day and age where hardly anybody's really a virgin. And me personally, I'm getting to the point to where I might just pick someone to have a family with, to continue my lineage and to care for the child. Like, it's crazy out here, guys. It is really bonkers how few women and how few men there are that are actually the GMs, or that are actually the wives. Okay, there's a lot of illusions being propagated in our society, and it's it's the glorification of degeneracy and the lack of appreciation of people in general and the things that we already have. And one of the ways that the Jezebel spirit is going to be consuming people is because of their past. It's because of their past relationships. And then the women sometimes, like, I've had women try to punish me for their past relationships. It's like, I didn't do anything. Like, I don't do anything. And the reason that I don't do flings or anything like that is because even though I could, I've got like 20 plus women that are ready to go with me. But why would I do that? Why would I just go participate in that kind of behavior and ruin their life? And it would just create more soul ties. It would create more problems. And there would be continuing to be, rather, a disconnection between the nuclear family and society. So I'm not going to participate in behaviors that destroy the family. And men, you've got to be careful out there, because there are some women that are the Jezebel spirit. They will openly reject you, right? They will openly reject you. Or they'll say that they have a boyfriend. But this is something that's been happening kind of strange recently, like within the last few months. If I'm talking to a girl, or a woman rather, when I say girl, I mean like behavior wise, she's a girl, okay? When I say woman, she's more of a woman stature. When I'm talking to a girl and I find out that she's got a boyfriend or whatever, I just let it go. But sometimes, especially recently, it's almost like she's giving me like this, hey, I want to deal with you, but I've got a boyfriend and he doesn't need to know about it, kind of a thing. And I'm like, see ya, I'm gone. So the Jezebel spirit is going to be doing this kind of stuff. The Jezebel spirit is going to just want to control and sexualize everything. And this is just going to be how we have to learn how to navigate through as men. We have to learn how to keep our standards. We have to learn how to fully trust in ourselves and our principles, so that we can actually help and heal, because a lot of people need healing. Jackie, she recognized that she needed healing and that she needed God's help. And so she wanted to develop a relationship with God because she recognized that need for God. I mean, that's pretty reasonable, okay? It's pretty reasonable. Is she going to be a born-again virgin? No. And I don't think she claimed to be that, okay? So that's another reason that transparency is going to be huge. And she took accountability. Like, that's something you can work with, okay? Like, guys, like, that's something you can work with. So just because a woman is a virgin, or not a virgin rather, just because a woman's not a virgin, it doesn't mean that she doesn't have anything to bring to the table. Do you get to judge her on her past? Absolutely. That's where Jackie and I disagree. You can totally judge her on her past, but if she is someone that is capable of being, like, you're working with her, like, you can work with her, what's going to be the problem? If she's taking accountability, if she's demonstrating that she wants a relationship with God, if she's demonstrating that she sees you as her man, why would you question that at all? Purity is going to be the way to redeem any woman from the Jezebel spirit. And that's a vow of purity. And purity comes not just in the body, but mind and the soul. So yes, the Jezebel spirit, she can be delivered, or you can be delivered from the Jezebel spirit, rather, as a woman or a man, but specifically the women here, can be delivered, but it's going to take a lot of work and a lot of accountability. And that's one of the reasons why most women are not going to be able to be delivered from that kind of spirit if they are possessed by it. So I hope this message was useful and insightful, and peace be with you. Till next time.